really want this show.
Hey, welcome to Absurdist Asylum.
Welcome to episode number 10. We did it, double digits, and it only took us a year or so. We had a lot of fun making this one, so be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube, follow at Absurdist Asylum on Twitter and Facebook, and listen for Can't Wait 1 Minute More by CIV or Civ. I may not know how to pronounce their name, but I like their music, and I can't think of a better song to end it on. We hope you enjoy the episode, and thanks for visiting the asylum. Alright.
Hey, should we do a shot
Cheers.
before we start?
Yes, let's do a shot.
Let's take a drink. Alright, welcome to Absurdist Asylum. I am Jason, and as always, I am joined by Jeff. And today we're going to talk about the new stuff that we can't wait to see in 2017. It is February, so we've already gotten some great things out, like the Santa Clarita Diet, which is something that I know Jeff and I liked. And there's already plenty of new shows out, but we're going to talk about some stuff that hasn't come out yet. And Jeff, how are you today?
I'm just great. Everything's great. Every day is great. It's great.
Everything's great. Jeff, now I know you've already seen some cool stuff in 2017. What's something that you've already watched that you like?
Well, Santa Clarita Diet, as you said, was, it's weird that I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, I had never heard of that coming out or anything, and I only watched it because Timothy Oliphant was in it, and I was pleasantly surprised, and I watched the whole thing in like 2 days. And Drew Barrymore, I realized that I like Drew Barrymore. I always just kind of was like, Drew Barrymore is an actress, and that's about as far as it went. But she's pretty good. She's got her own like unique Barrymore kind of thing she does.
She does. She's definitely got like a tough girl kind of tomboy vibe to her. But yeah, I understand where you kind of lost her when she was in all those cliche teen movies and such.
Yeah, I don't know why I literally have never had an opinion on Drew Barrymore, like, at all. She's just always there. But watching this, I was like, I kind of like Drew Barrymore. So, congratulations, Drew Barrymore. It took you, 26 years, but I finally think you're pretty good.
So big ups to Drew Barrymore.
Yep.
I like the Santa Clarita Diet too. I'm not finished with it yet, but I started watching it on Valentine's Day with my fiance. It was definitely a good pick, something we both enjoyed, which is rare.
Yeah, that's good. Otherwise, I can't even what has even come out? Oh, I know. I just saw John Wick 2. Duh.
Oh yeah, what'd you think of that?
Yeah. Well, I liked the first John Wick a lot, actually. Everybody assumes I would hate that. I don't know why. Everybody's like, I really like this movie, but you probably think it sucks, Jeff. You fucking cretin, Jeff. You piece of shit, Jeff. You fat fuck, Jeff. You piss. But I really liked the first John Wick, and I really liked the second John Wick, and I know they're doing 3, so I'm cool with another one. Like, to me, that's like non-stop action done correctly, to where you still it still has like a story and like a world that they've built, and there's actual characters, and Keanu Reeves is like, playing Keanu Reeves like he normally does, but like that's fine. I'm not like a Keanu Reeves hater like a lot of people are, so I enjoyed that. I think by the time we put this up, that's probably still in theaters, so all 4 of you that are hearing this, you should probably just go see that now.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the first one, which it's funny that you bring it up, because even my roommate was saying the same thing, like John Wick 2 was really good, just today. So I'm going to have to find where I can watch the first one and check it out, and then definitely see the second one.
Yeah, so it's hard to explain. Just like, it's on paper, both of those sound so simplistic and generic, but They're really not, and it's not even just the way that the action is shot, because like the action is done in the same way that I don't know if you ever saw Safe with Jason Statham, but the action reminds me, like the action scenes in those two are both very similar to me anyway. I find them similar. Like John Wick has more long takes and shit, but it's not even that makes those good. Like it's just a good movie. Sometimes good movies can have lots of people getting shot in the face. People. That's not like exclusive to crap.
Oh yeah, see, I don't remember. I haven't seen Safe, but I do remember seeing trailers for it. It looks good. I'll have to check that out as well.
Yeah, that one's another one that people mistakenly think is generic, but it's a lot better than you'd think.
So, I guess we'll just move on to things that we are looking forward to in 2017. And I'm going to start because mine's probably the most obvious out of the list.
I'm just going to say mine is the end of the world.
Yours is the end of the world.
I want the world to end in 2017.
I see.
Fingers crossed.
You're either referencing Thor Ragnarok or you actually want us all to die. I think the second one's probably the safer bet.
You will never hear me reference Thor Ragnarok unless I'm talking about shit that's dumb and doesn't need to be there.
Okay. Well, I'm actually looking forward to. I'm honestly, at this point, I'm just a machine that's driven by nostalgia, and I'm actually looking forward to anything that Marvel's putting out this year, just because they keep surprising me. Like, I didn't expect Civil War to be as good as it was, and
even though it was a piece of shit, you weren't expecting that.
You didn't like it?
No, I thought it was a piece of shit.
Okay, fair enough. But I want to know, what do you think about Logan? Is that something that you think you'd be interested in seeing?
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because that was one of my choices. Yes, I am, because I think it, unlike the previous two Wolverine movies, this one looks like a movie, with like a character and a story, and wasn't just a marketing bukkake like the other two were. And I hated that first Wolverine movie so much, and I like the X-Men movies, most of them, but god damn it, dude, that first Wolverine movie, it just...
You're talking about Origins, right?
Yeah, that gave me such a foul... Just put me in such a foul mood. I saw it with Peter, I remember, interestingly enough. Bagpipes O'Toole. I saw that with him, and we were both super pissed off at the end of it. And then that second one, The Wolverine, where he goes to Japan, that was just the worst.
Now, it's funny you bring that up, because isn't the director the same guy who directed The Wolverine?
Yeah, and that's what makes me a little like cautious, but
cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, but they did say, I mean, they said that this one, even though it follows the other ones still, it's really like a standalone thing, and it looks like they're treating it more of a standalone. And the fact that they're making it R, like rated R, doesn't just mean that there's gonna be blood and stuff. That usually means they're not trying to like feed the masses retardation, which is what the first two were. Yeah. So I think we're actually gonna get at the like worst case scenario, we're at least gonna have a movie, which is more than I can say about the other two.
Yeah, I mean the trailers they raise more interesting questions than the trailers for Origins. Well, I thought the trailer for Origins was really good, but the trailer for the Wolverine didn't look like. Yeah, the trailer made it look worse than it actually was, I think.
I would agree with that if the movie wasn't putrid. But the only question I had when I watched the trailer for the Wolverine was, why aren't I dead?
Well, it's just because they haven't sent Logan after you yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe this one will heal your heart a little bit. You won't be so cold on the inside.
Or it'll be the final nail in the coffin, and I'm just gonna inhale my car exhaust right after it.
I mean, that if you're their target audience,
clearly I'm the target audience.
Emphasis on target.
Oh Lord.
So I guess Logan was on your list, and I kind of stole it. What else is on your list for 2017?
Well, I'm gonna go with with one that I know a lot of people probably haven't heard of. Fuck you, you hipster douche, you fucking hipster douche. Blah blah blah, whatever. There's the thing that's weird though is
quiet down in the peanut gallery. Come on now.
I don't know if this if this counts as 2017, because I think it was already released in a lot of places, but I know it hasn't played here yet. It's playing in Denver, the March 24th, I think, and it's called The Devil's Candy, and it's with Ethan Embry, who if you don't know if you don't know Ethan
Embry and Shiri Appleby.
Yeah, Ethan Embry, if you don't know him by name, he was in, I forget what vacation movie he was in. I think he was in Vegas Vacation. But he's mainly known for, Can't Hardly Wait and That Thing You Do and, a bunch of teen movies. But over the past, 5 years, maybe longer, he's been really, changing his image to where he's not, the wide-eyed high school kid anymore. He is kind of like a badass, and in some movies he's just fucking crazy. I'm just gonna go real quick. Cheap Thrills, he's amazing in that, and everybody should see Cheap Thrills. The Guest, he has a really small role, but The Guest is a fucking great movie, and it's on Netflix, and everybody should watch that. Anyway, so he's in this, and the director of this he's Australian, and he made a movie called The Loved Ones in I think 2009 or 2011, something like that. Which is I'm not going to explain the plot here, but just take my word for it and go see The Loved Ones. Well, don't go see it. I mean, buy it or something. It's been out forever, but see The Loved Ones. Do yourself a favor. Watch The Loved Ones. It's brilliant, and I imagine this will be the same level of brilliance, just with Ethan Embry, and I think Ethan Embry should be in everything. So, cool.
Well, on that note, glad you have a good one. It's funny that you mentioned Can't Hardly Wait. I think that's what the episode title is going to be.
So that's awesome. That's the only good idea you've ever had. If I see this titled anything else, I swear to God, dude.
All right. Anyways, so to move on, something I'm looking forward to, and I actually just recently heard about it, and I texted you as soon as I heard about it. I want to see Get Out, written and directed by Jordan Peele, and starring Daniel Kaluuya, the kid from the Black Mirror. I just saw the trailer for it, and it looks insane.
Yes, dude, this is weird, because I was going to bring that one up, too. We're actually agreeing on stuff. This is weird.
Yeah, no, there's no reason why we're friends or anything. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Jordan Peele, it's awesome that his first movie as a writer-director is not the type of thing you would think it would be, which I respect in the first place. But that guy, Daniel Kaluuya or whatever, he was in Sicario, which is great, and it's going to be cool to see him in more shit. And he was in Kick-Ass 2, but I don't remember him in that at all. But
I don't remember him in Kick-Ass 2 either.
Yeah, that's what everybody tells me he was in Sicario. it. Yeah, in Sicario he's good. So it's cool to see him at the front of this. And I do kind of, say what you will about the obvious, this movie probably wouldn't have been as high profile if we were in times that were not filled with constant racial tension.
I hear the words that you were saying.
but regardless, I think people are obviously going to dwell on that way too much, but I'm not, and I'm just gonna go see it as a movie, and I think it looks really good, and I hope it is.
Yeah, I agree. Man, that trailer, I don't know which one you saw as the first one, but the one I saw was the one where he shakes that other black guy's hand and he's just staring at him. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I
That had my
saw.
attention.
Yeah, yeah, that was. I saw I saw the trailer for it, in front of some movie. I don't remember, but the audience's reaction was like such an uncomfortable one that if they could keep that up through the movie, that would be fantastic. Because I like my movies like I like my first dates, uncomfortable and going nowhere.
All right. On that note, since I kind of stole one of yours again, do you have something else that you're looking forward to? A little more obscure, maybe not on the nose.
No, definitely not obscure at all.
All right.
And I'm looking. Okay, I need to preface this with I'm looking forward to this, not because I think it is going to be good by any stretch of the imagination, but I cannot not be curious about how this is going to pan out. And I'm talking about a little tiny movie called The Power Rangers.
Oh my goodness. You stole mine.
Because there's okay, let's just get this out of the way. There is the chance of that being good is the same chance of me marrying my local meteorologist like I want to do, which is zero, which is absolute zero. And I mean, the trailer looks bad, and the second trailer looks bad, and the that's a lot of gold is awful, and I really don't think this is going to be good, but like, we grew up exactly in the generation where Power Rangers was the shit. The Power Rangers movie is the first movie I remember seeing in the theaters, and it's just, I still watch it. So
I'd watch that if I had it. Don't be ashamed.
yeah, I don't know. There's no way this is going to be good, but I'm going to try and see it. It's so weird because I'm treating it in the same way that I was treating Star Wars, where I'm like, I need to see it early because I don't want anything spoiled, like as if there's going to be like a crazy plot point in Power Rangers.
Yeah, well, and I would be less interested if they hadn't casted Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa.
Yeah, that's weird.
I respect Elizabeth Banks. Pitch Perfect 3 is not on my list, but I'm gonna watch it because she made the second one great. I don't know how you feel about that, but
I have not watched any of those, and I don't want to.
Okay, well, anyways, the second one was hilarious, and it was directed by Elizabeth Banks, and so I'm intrigued to see what she does with it. And I mean, like I said, I'm just a mindless machine driven by nostalgia, and they're messing with my Power Rangers. So
yeah, I don't know. It has like I don't know. It has a really weird style to it, like the way that it looks like it's directed and shot and everything. It doesn't. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of all the previews I saw for Gem and the Holograms. So
what? I've never seen or a preview for that or heard of it.
Yeah,
maybe I've heard the name Gem and the Holograms. So I guess I assumed it was a band.
Well, it was. Do you seriously not know what Gem and the Holograms is in the first place?
No. Is that like a cartoon?
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
Oh, okay.
And then they turned it into a movie with Aubrey Peebles, like 2 years ago, I think. And it is apparently one of the biggest box office bombs ever. And the movie looked terrible, and there's similarities between how they both look. So, can't wait. Cannot wait.
Gem and the Holograms, huh?
Yeah, like that's a movie I've never seen. It was on like Showtime or something, and I turned it on because I like Aubrey Peoples, but it was, oh, and Molly Ringwald's in it, and I haven't seen her in anything in forever, but, man, that was like, I watched like 10 minutes, and it was a difficult 10 minutes, so hopefully Power Rangers isn't like that, but I don't imagine it'll be good. I imagine there's gonna be, like, in the like, opening nights, I imagine there's gonna be a lot of, like, pseudo-nerds, since, like, being a nerd all of a sudden became cool. Which is just great.
Yeah, well, Loot Crate's a thing now, so.
Oh my god, dude! Don't even get me started on that shit. We should do an episode about how much Loot Crate is a steaming pile of garbage.
All right, let's move on. So this is probably one that you'll have on your list too. September 8th. Do you know what I'm talking about already? September 8th should be a big giveaway, but I'm talking about It, the revamp of It, directed by Andre Muschietti. He's known for the movie Mama. Did you ever see Mama, Jeff?
I didn't. I heard it blew.
You didn't like Mama?
Well, I didn't see it, but everybody I know, the very few people on the planet who I actually trust their opinion, told me that it sucked.
Okay. From what I remember, it was interesting. I think the twist was probably a little bit of a letdown, but it was a good movie. Definitely watchable. But, yeah, are you, I mean, I saw the first picture of the clown It, and, I mean, I thought it looked pretty creepy. I mean, my fiance is afraid of clowns. I'm not really, but I thought it looked good. Any thoughts there?
Yes. It's probably important to know that, I think that It is one of the most overrated movies ever. Well, it's a mini series, technically. But, not only do I think it's overrated, but I think it's one of the worst things ever. Like, I hate it. Like, I hate it so much. And I always hate when people, tell me to watch it as if, like, I like, me of all people, of course I've seen It. I don't do anything with my life. But, holy shit, dude. Like, I feel like people forget that is a mini-series and not a movie, so it's like, it's not good in any way except for Tim Curry in some scenes, but it's 3 hours long because it's a mini-series. Like, it is the equivalent of being waterboarded. It is like, it's awful, and I hate it, and god damn it, and I wish it would die, and no, I'm not very much looking forward to this remake of that.
Fair enough. I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, I think, who's playing the clown again? Like, who's playing Pennywise?
Oh, that's a good question. Give me a second. I could
Bill Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah.
I just thought that he looked, maybe not intimidating, but definitely creepy.
Well, I've never seen him in anything, so I will not judge him. I know the kid from Stranger Things is in it, which gives me some hope.
The girl?
No, the main kid, Mike.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, he is in it. That gives me hope. Nothing else about this gives me hope, and I wonder if they're gonna make it like 3 hours long. And I'm assuming it blows balls already. By the way, did you know that in the book, the kids, like, go down in the sewer and fuck each other?
That I did not know.
Yeah, that's
real.
Are you
a big Stephen King fan?
I'm not, like, a huge Stephen King fan. I've read some of his books. I actually haven't read that one, though. But somebody told me that, and I was like, I read that online, and I was like, that can't be correct. And then I asked my friend who's a big Stephen King fan, and I was just like, out of the blue, like, how's your day going? Hey, in It, do the kids fuck in the sewer? And he said, yeah, well, the whole thing is they have to lose their innocence to take on Pennywise. I was like, so they have a sewer orgy. So this is like a charming childhood story about banging in a sewer so you can shoot a clown. Awesome.
Sweet. I wonder why that didn't make it to the original series.
Yeah,
The original miniseries.
it would.
That could have been
Yeah, that would have been
would
just.
have done well in France.
It would have done well in Jared Fogel's house.
Jared. Wait, what are you saying? All right, so you obviously weren't into that one. What's your next pick?
Oh, that's. I mean, we may have got all of them. I'm not looking forward to a whole hell of a lot.
Now, are you thinking just movies? Because
I mean,
go ahead.
Oh no, go for it.
Oh, I was just thinking there's also some interesting things coming to Netflix soon. There's a fuckload of things coming to Netflix soon, but some things in particular I'm more looking forward to watching. Probably the one that's going to come out first is, are you aware of Mike Birbiglia?
I know of him, yes.
Do you like Mike Birbiglia?
I mean, as much as I like most stand-up comedians, I guess.
Fair enough. Yeah, he's got a new special coming out on February 28th on Netflix called Thank God for Jokes. And I like Mike Birbiglia because he's usually more story-oriented, and the stories are the ones that, like, the funny things that stick with you more as opposed to just, like, jokes and punchlines.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It comes out on my birthday. I probably won't watch it that night, but looking forward to it.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I watched a stand-up special, to be honest. Really? Yeah, I'm just kind of over it. But
as you are over most things.
This is true. But I did. Okay, so I remembered a couple different things that are coming out this year that I do want to see. I think I just kind of spaced them because none of them are like original things. They're all like sequels, which is just kind of commonplace these days. But these, I think, are all going to be at least okay. I'm just going to go through all three of them because I don't have too much to say about them other than, hey, I liked the first ones, so these are probably good. So
go ahead. All right.
I'll save the best, the one that I think is the one I'm most excited for. I'll save for last. But
all right.
We have Kong Skull Island. I don't really think that's going to be good, but like King Kong has kind of been like a big part of my life, and I'll watch anything King Kong oriented. So I will see that. That's all I have to say about that.
Now, I was looking at that, and I figured you would at least mention it because I know you are a big monster movie fan. Who's directing that?
It's some guy I've never heard of. I looked up some like his whatever he did before this to try and gauge if I was going to be excited about this movie or not.
Yeah.
He apparently directed a few episodes of a show I really like called You're the Worst.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I love that show. I love it. And funny just anecdote, the writer of that called me an asshole once because he used to have, I guess he does it on Geek Nation, but he used to do these like really simple review videos with his friends where they were just like sitting in a car and they would review movies, and they gave like a really stupid, like just uninformed review of Drive, like the Ryan Gosling movie. And so I made a comment about how like yeah, says the guy who wrote for Weeds after it started to suck, and he said, ha ha ha, that's pretty good, you asshole. So every time I watch You're the Worst, and it says written by Stephen Falk, I'm like, yeah, call me
nice.
An asshole. Anyway,
tagging Stephen Falk in this episode.
He's
definitely getting tagged.
Yeah, no, I'm sure Stephen Falk will remember like 8 or 9 years ago, some jackass on YouTube commenting on his ability to review movies.
Hey, you got under his skin, you know?
Well, he seemed very like, haha, like the asshole was endearing.
Sure,
maybe.
Sure it was. No, you got under his skin. Let him know.
Yeah, you're right. I got under it. Fuck you, Stephen Falk. How about that, Stephen Falk? But anyway, next one, similar line, Alien Covenant. Ridley Scott is returning to direct it. I love Alien, and Aliens, but Alien is the Ridley Scott one, so love Alien. Ridley Scott's back. I like that they're doing. I liked Prometheus. I know a lot of people had their issues.
I liked Prometheus.
That is the correct answer. But I don't know. I'm thinking this is going to be good. They're going to have like some tie-ins to Prometheus, but more so focusing on like the alien stuff that people care about, I think. And it kind of looked like they're going back to the slow burn terror kind of thing, like the first one.
Oh, Michael Fassbender's going to be in it. So
yeah,
he was part of the other one.
He's coming back from Prometheus.
And James Franco, huh?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from because that came out of nowhere. Speaking of James Franco, that's going to be one of my picks later. I'm remembering all of these now. But anyway, the other one that I think is going to be the best is going to be T2 Train Spotting, which is Train Spotting 2.
T2 Terminator Train Spotting.
Yeah, Terminator to Train Spotting. I know a lot of people are like, did we really need a sequel to Train Spotting? And I mean, obviously the answer is no. Like, do we really need anything like ever? So, but it's nice to have, I think. And if you're gonna do it, you may as well get everybody back. And they got the whole cast and Danny Boyle and everybody's coming back. The trailer looked good to me. I really like Train Spotting, even though it's kind of become like a go-to favorite movie for the douchiest people on the planet. But I'll
be honest, I've never seen Train Spotting.
What are you doing with your life, dude? Like,
probably the wrong things.
There are literally so many different. That's on everything. Like, it's on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it's on Hulu. It's on like everything. Do yourself a favor and watch Train Spotting. But anyway, I think this will be good. I mean, I really don't see how it couldn't be, just based on the trailer and based on what I know about it and the fact that everybody's back. And I guess the book Train Spotting has a sequel, but this has nothing to do with it, which is fine because I don't know how to read.
Fair enough. I think that's the second time you've mentioned that in this podcast.
Yeah, I'm illiterate and fat and... Okay, let's backtrack.
All right, well, let's get back on topic. Anyways, so you got through yours. I will definitely see all of those at one point, but that's a lot of movie. So I mentioned one Netflix thing. I know you liked the Daredevil on Netflix. Yeah. Did you watch Jessica Jones?
Yeah, I watched Jessica Jones. I have not watched Luke Cage.
Neither have I, but I plan on it.
Racist.
But I do want to see...
Racist.
Are you calling yourself a racist?
Hey, Jason, I bet you don't like Luke Cage because he's African American. But you're racist.
I love Lando Calrissian, so... anyways, I'm looking forward to seeing Iron Fist.
Yeah, I
know nothing about the comics.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't know that was a thing.
They're set up for the Defenders, which I also know nothing about. Looks interesting because it's got Daredevil in it.
Yeah.
So, I can't. I mean, this is why I pay Netflix every month because they keep putting out interesting stuff. Rosario Dawson's going to be in it, so it's going to tie in right away.
They should put her on a show called Rosario Dawson's Creek.
Just insert the...
Yeah, I don't know anything about Iron Fist. I honestly don't think I ever heard the name Iron Fist, except for the last time I was at a brothel.
That was a terrible joke.
This is a joke about fisting.
Was that the guy's name? They called him the Iron Fist?
If Peter was here, he would have given that a very generous 7 out of 10. So we're gonna need to have him back, and I'll say that again, that joke again. Um,
Yeah,
I'm
we do miss you. We do miss you, Peter.
yeah,
Bagpipes.
I'm regretting everything I've said in the last, like, let's just say 10 minutes. Anyway, yeah, I'd never heard of that before. You know how I feel about comic book shit, but I do like Daredevil, the show, and I like Jessica Jones. I probably will like Luke Cage as well, so I'll probably watch this, even though I cannot stress I do not give two shits about any of it.
Yeah, I mean, I could have been fine without it, but it's definitely interesting now that it's coming out. I think they're doing well with it, much better than anything DC's putting out. There's a reason Justice League isn't on this list.
Because it's gonna be the worst thing ever.
You got me with Batman versus Superman. You got all of us, but never again.
I know.
Hashtag never again DC.
Yeah, that was, oh Jesus. Um,
So
yeah,
moving on.
I,
Go
I,
ahead.
I'm just, when does Iron Fist come out? When is that?
March 27th.
All right, so it's right around the corner. Maybe I should watch Luke Cage, I guess.
Maybe you should, you racist.
I know,
Anyways,
I know.
speaking of philanthropy and world peace, I am looking forward to seeing Bill Nye Saves the World coming out on Netflix April 21st, which is the day before Earth Day.
Wait, what? What
Yeah,
the, what?
new Bill Nye show. I don't know exactly what it's going to be like, but I wouldn't be mad if it was just a Bill Nye version of Star Talk, because I also love Star Talk.
I don't know what that is either, but
What?
oh my god, there's a new Bill Nye.
Yeah, this is going to be a new Bill Nye show called Bill Nye Saves the World.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now I don't regret this podcast anymore, because I probably wouldn't have found that out right away. Oh my god. I'm looking this up right now. April 21st?
April 21st.
Shit. I'd pencil that in if I knew how to write.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't know what it's going to be, but I mean, it's got Bill Nye in it, and I mean, if anybody can hold my ADD attention, if 8 years of science class have proven anything, it's Bill Nye.
Yeah, I like Bill Nye. I like Bill Nye the Science Guy. I like,
Oh, and Star Talk is Neil deGrasse Tyson has a show.
oh, okay.
But yeah, very good. Looking forward to it. I'll probably binge watch a couple episodes in a row.
Yeah, I'm mildly excited for that. So that's
Hey,
awesome. I'm glad.
My job is done. Ding, 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 ding.
I'm glad that that's a thing.
So, do you have anything else?
Yep. Yes,
definitely
I
have
do.
more, but go ahead.
I am super excited for this. I wasn't gonna bring it up because like it says like it's coming out this year, but I think it's in March. It's going to like the South by Southwest Film Festival, and so I don't think it's having its official release for a while. So I don't know if maybe we could, for all I know, we could be like a year off from this. But it's the Disaster Artist, which is yeah, you're familiar with The Room, correct? Like
No, I don't think I am.
oh my god, oh my god, Jason, you haven't seen Trainspotting, you don't know what The Room is? Why?
You're our movie guy. I watch TV shows.
Alright, so, okay, long story short, research more of this on the internet on your own time, but The Room is this movie that came out, I think it was like 2003. It is supposed to be this like intense drama, and it's directed by this written, directed, and starring this dude who's like a crazy person with a just completely undefinable accent. And it is a terrible movie that had become like a cult phenomenon. Like like it's insane. Like people go crazy about this movie, and it plays like every week. I think still somewhere, like for a midnight showing, constantly sells out. The director goes to a lot of these screenings. Like it's a whole big movement. Like this probably isn't going to sound as cool to you since you don't really know the whole thing. But the making of that movie, the secondary lead in the movie wrote a book called The Disaster Artist, which was about the director Tommy Wiseau making The Room and how it was such a ridiculous thing, and how it's just like basically The Disaster Artist is the making of The Room, which I'm having trouble explaining this to you in a way to where you'll get excited about it since you have no concept of The Room.
Yeah, I don't get what you're saying, but that's another one. It's got James Franco in it. Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, so James Franco directed it as well. And I don't really feel one way or another about James Franco, but I'm very interested in The Room and the story behind it, and I think this will be good. And I mean, if you've looked at the cast list, you can see just how big this thing is. Like, they have so many people who just wanted to be involved in this movie.
Allison Brie.
Yeah.
I definitely think I've heard James Franco talking about this as in like a passion project. I guess I just didn't catch the name at the time.
Yeah, and it will be...
Oh, yeah, Bryan Cranston. Oh, yeah. There's a whole shitload of people in here.
Yeah,
Jason Mantzoukas.
Yeah,
I love Jason Mantzoukas.
I think that it will be, if nothing else, pretty interesting. I'm hoping it'll be similar to like, because making a movie about making movies is like rule one of like don't do that. But it's worked out like very few times. But when it does, when it works, it's pretty good. So hopefully it's more like Living in Oblivion and less like Hollywood North.
All right, so I think the most obvious one of our Netflix list, you already mentioned it once earlier, is Stranger Things 2 coming out. It's premiering on Halloween, actually. I haven't watched the preview that they played on the Super Bowl. Did you see that?
I did.
Now, what did you think of that?
Well, I mean, it was a really like ambiguous trailer. At least I think it was the Super Bowl one. I don't watch the Super Bowl, so I'm pretty sure it was the Super Bowl one. But it was really ambiguous. Like, it just kind of showed flashes of things, so it didn't give you any indication about like what the plot's gonna be or anything. But it looks like everybody's back. They're definitely like doing a continuation instead of like some people thought it was gonna be like an American Horror Story kind of deal. Or like a True Detective where it's like anthology, so each season's different. But it doesn't look like they're doing that, and I'm kind of glad because I like the characters from the first season, and I think this will be pretty good.
Definitely. Just on a side note, you mentioned it was. What did you think of the American Horror Stories?
I watched the first season, and that was it. And then I watched the first episode of Hotel, whichever one Lady Gaga's in.
Okay. I don't know which one.
I thought
let's not get too far away.
Yeah, I was just gonna talk about how Lady Gaga fucking sucks, but go on.
I'm pretty sure there's a reason you didn't watch the Super Bowl. So moving on, do you have anything else that you wanted to mention?
I mean, not particularly, because I don't. Well, wait. I know the new Blade Runner is in post, but I don't. Is that this year that it's for sure coming out?
It should be. Let me get to Blade Runner.
Is Blade Runner like 2050 or 2040
it says
or something?
October 6th, 2017.
Okay, cool. Then that
nice.
Would be one.
Dude, you're going to be so mad at me right now.
Have you never seen Blade Runner?
No.
Oh my
That's one
god,
that's one of the
dude.
ones that I just like. I haven't got around to. It's even on.
Dude.
It's on my watch list.
Okay. Well, you're gonna need to do that. Make sure you don't do like a lot of people. Because I do the same thing. Like if somebody says I haven't seen Blade Runner, I'm like, are you retarded? Watch it now. Like stop talking and go watch Blade Runner. And I always get hit with the exact same thing, which is, well, it wasn't really an action movie. I'm like, who said it was? Like I get Harrison Ford's in it, and it came around like Indiana Jones era, but it's not an action movie, so don't go into it thinking that's what you're getting, because you won't. You won't.
Well, yeah, I know that it's pretty much man. Ryan Gosling's in Blade Runner 2,
Yeah.
and Jared Leto. I know that it's going to be a very interesting movie because I've heard a lot about the first Blade Runner. And that's why it's on my Netflix watch list. I believe it's as soon as it hit Netflix. I just haven't watched it yet.
You need to, as soon as we're done, you need to just either watch Blade Runner or Trainspotting or both of them tonight. That literally needs to happen.
Tonight. Well, I did the same thing when you said when you talked about Sicario. I watched Sicario that same night.
And that was a great decision.
It was a good decision.
You made a great decision.
You made a great recommendation.
That's all I have.
So, a couple of things that we don't really know the release date for that I'm really looking forward to. Now, I know I already told you to watch this, and you probably haven't yet, but did you ever watch Lady Dynamite?
I did not.
Well, season 2 is set to debut in 2017. And man, I'm looking forward to it because Maria Bamford she gets my funny bone. I don't know if it's just I like laughing at mental illness because I might be a little crazy, but she portrays it well and she portrays it earnestly, and you can tell it really is something that she had to struggle with. And it's funny. She makes a great play at making it funny.
You heard it first, ladies and gentlemen. Jason loves to laugh at mental illness.
Don't misquote me.
Make sure to definitely misquote that below and leave your displeasure toward his horrible life decisions.
Well, appreciate it, Jess.
Yep.
I'll wait for the bus right here.
Yep.
I'll wait for the bus. So I want to know, did you see, you've definitely seen Wet Hot American Summer, the first one, right?
Yup.
And did you see the remake that they did not that long ago?
Was not a remake, it was a prequel.
Yeah, the prequel or whatever.
Yup.
Have you heard about the 10 years later that they're working on?
Yup.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Wet Hot American Summer is one of my absolute favorite things, and I would, if somebody held, let me just put it to you this way. If I consider you one of my best friends. If somebody pointed a gun to your head and said, make a choice, you can never watch Wet Hot American Summer again, but Jason lives, I'd be like, fucking kill him. Like, don't even finish your sentence. Pull the fucking trigger. Pull the trigger.
I appreciate that, Jeff.
He's never seen Blade Runner. He laughs at people with mental illness. He's a piece of shit. Pull the trigger.
Pull the trigger. That's fine. Yeah, well,
yeah,
no, you did me a favor.
I love Wet Hot American Summer so much. I liked First Day at Camp a lot, but there were certain things I was not like crazy about, but I got over them because it's a 10 episodes. There's no reason, like, overall that thing was awesome. So I think this will be just as good. Like, if it's the same people.
What'd you think about the canopies or whatnot?
Yeah, that was fine. That's the thing is like not to talk about Wet Hot American Summer all day like I could and wish that that's what my life consisted of. But the thing that makes the first movie like work so well for me is that it's like a spoof, like crazy ridiculous parody, but it also feels like it is an 80s summer camp movie. Like it really, like,
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah. And the miniseries, the first day at camp, I think had less of the earnestness that Wet on American Summer movie had. And like, there's the whole thing with like Ronald Reagan and shit. Like, I mean, it was funny, but it didn't have that same impact because it just went like way, way out of control, I think. But I still liked it a lot, and I think this will be good. And Ian Black, Michael Showalter, and David Wayne, Stella, they're like comedy group's name, Stella. Anybody who is in that or associated with them, like Ken Marino and all those people, I really I will watch anything that they do.
Yeah, and that's just another reason to bring up Elizabeth Banks' name.
Yep.
It's that, like I said, she really surprised me with Pitch Perfect 2, and she was obviously she was in Wet Hot American Summer before that, but
Yep.
So one thing that I'm looking forward to, and it's not for sure that it's going to be out in 2017, but I think it's something noteworthy because it just got greenlit for a full season, was the Amazon Prime version of The Tick. Did you get a chance to watch that?
I did, in fact.
And what did you think?
It was not nearly as absolutely fantastic as Jean-Claude Van Johnson was, but it was.
Yeah,
it was.
that got greenlit for season 2, didn't it?
It did. I'm super excited for that.
I'll have to watch Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
Dude, it's oh my god, it's hilarious. It's so good. The Tick, I liked the last. I think it was like the last 10 minutes. Did not necessarily give a shit about the rest, but that last 10 minutes was enough to make me somewhat excited for it to be greenlit, I guess.
Yeah, I've been clamoring. Maybe that's not the right word. I think clamoring is the right word for a remake of The Tick and I don't know how you feel about this, but since the Patrick Warburton.
No, yeah, no, I love that one. I actually thought that this new one was bringing that back. Like I had somehow like misheard that that's what was happening. So when I saw the pilot episode on there, I was like, oh shit, this is already out. And the second I heard that it wasn't Patrick Warburton's voice, I was like, what the fuck is this? And
He's so perfect for that.
Yeah, and then it just like, it starts and it's a lot darker and they're really trying to, give it like a more mature edge or whatever. And I wasn't really digging it at first, but like I said, the last 10 minutes kind of won me over. So I think it'd be all right. Jean-Claude Van Johnson, though, is the be-all, end-all of anything. So I think that'll be good.
Now, another thing that doesn't exactly have a release date, but it says it's coming out in 2017. That, Jeff, if you're not looking forward to this, Super Troopers 2. It's finally happening. I don't know what you felt about it. It might be one of those things that you hate, but I spent too much time laughing at that movie to be mad at it.
I have a very odd opinion of Super Troopers because I hated it when I first saw it, like loathed it. I hated it so much. Similar, it's kind of like, you remember me talking about Eurotrip and how I hated Eurotrip? Same exact situation. Like I hated Eurotrip, hated Super Troopers around the same time, actually. I remember like around the same time.
I must have just,
time,
for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with me, but
Everything you're listening to Linkin Park and slashing shit up with your lightsaber.
that's, I mean, probably accurate, unfortunately. So yeah, I like that a lot. The Broken Lizard guys,
Yeah.
I like them to a point. So to conclude that story, I like Super Troopers now. But so I like Super Troopers. I like Club Dread. I did not like Slammin' Salmon, and
Did not see Slam and Salmon.
yeah,
Oh, I remember the trailer for that.
yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't like hate it, but I didn't like it very much at all. And what I'm worried about, though, so this is why I can't say I'm excited for Super Troopers 2, because to me, this doesn't seem like a sequel that is, like, spawned organically. Like, it's not something where they were like, hey, I have this really great idea for Super Troopers 2, we should try and get it funded. It seems more to me like, hey, none of us are really doing anything anymore. Let's make Super Troopers 2. Do you have any ideas? Yeah, they'll, like, smoke weed. That's the type of thing I'm expecting. Like, what if we had a scene where, like, they smoke weed in it? Ha ha! What if we had a scene where, like, it's kind of like the first movie, but it's, like, a little different? Ha ha! I bet it's gonna be filled with shit like that.
What if they Rogue One, or not Rogue One it? Force Awakens it.
No, or Rogue One did. They did that a shitload in Rogue One.
Was J. Chandrasekhar the director of the first one?
Yeah, I
He
think.
was.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
He was also the director of the Dukes of Hazzard, so if you ever feel like, giving that dude, like, props, just remember he directed the Sean William Scott, Johnny Knoxville Dukes of Hazzard movie.
Which was your favorite, right?
It's just the best. Every frame is so good.
All of it.
So good.
Yeah, I'm not as mad at that movie as you are, but I could see where you're going there. So, Jeff, I gotta say, probably one of the things that I would imagine, I want to know if you're looking forward to it. It's supposed to come out in 2017. At least I think it is. Do you know anything about the Mystery Science Theater 3000 reboot?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
And when is that supposed to come out?
Well, that's a great question, because I had thought that it already did, and I was confused, because I don't know. I believe it is. I'm gonna find out right now, though. I think, because I meant to look this up. Sometime this year.
Is it coming out on Netflix?
I think so.
I think, yeah, because that's where I saw it on my Netflix list, and I didn't realize that it was happening so fast, because I first heard about it on the Cracked podcast, I do believe. I believe they mentioned it because they had a guest on it that was going to be the new Joel character.
Yeah, I know. I heard. I was listening to the Movie Crypt, which is my favorite podcast ever, and they were talking. Fuck, I don't even remember who they were talking about. They were talking about somebody, and they said, "Oh, and he's on the new Mystery Science Theater." And so when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, so this is still happening." But then I don't hear very much about it for some reason. But I think it is Netflix.
Yeah, that's what I found through my looking as well. There's not a lot of information about it. You're right, but it is definitely something that piqued my interest. I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch it much at all up until recently. I definitely watched it some when I was younger, but it was something that I didn't quite get it when I was younger. I didn't get why they were talking over the movie, and I wasn't appreciating like why they were talking over these terrible movies.
So you turned it on and you were like, "Shut the fuck up, robots! I'm trying to watch a film."
I just didn't understand that I guess I didn't understand that the movies were terrible, and that's why they were talking over them.
Right. It's weird because Mystery Science Theater used to be my favorite show, and as I've gotten older and actually just like seek out these bad movies on my own. I actually kind of would prefer to just. I find it funnier to just watch a bad movie than to listen to people talk about it because
Man,
I think there's nothing as funnier than just watching the bad movie play out.
I
But
have the perfect gift for you. I've got this pack of 70 like sci-fi movies, like most of them are in black and white, that I just bought at Entertain Mart one day for like $6, and they're just garbage. All of them are garbage.
wait, what
And
is the what is it? Do you know what the
no,
DVD says?
I do not.
Because I used to own one of those and I sold it and I hate myself for selling it.
Did you sell it to Entertain Mart?
I think so. you might own it.
Wouldn't that be fucking
That would
amazing?
that would be hilarious.
I'll post it on the. I'll send you a picture of it later.
Okay.
So, anyways, Jeff, I think that about wraps it up. Is there anything else that you can think of? Oh, actually, one thing that I wanted to mention as something that I think I should be more excited. Well, I want to be excited for it, but I just can't bring myself to be. That was me taking a drink. Is Fist Fight. Like, I love Charlie Day, but the previews look ridiculous, and Ice Cube and that girl from Workaholics, it just looks like it could be really funny. But what is the trailer is like Ice Cube straight up saying, "I'm gonna fight you," and then it puts a poop emoji over Charlie Day's face. Like, what the fuck is that nonsense?
I have not seen that trailer. I've seen many trailers for that, but not that one. That sounds terrible.
There's one where I don't remember they put it over. I'm pretty sure they put it over Charlie Day's face, but
Oh God.
Yeah, they.
Well,
it's like what is this? It looks like they have like a horse running through the halls of a school. I'm sure it's better than I'm making it out to be. I don't know. It could be terrible. But,
based on what I've heard about it, it is not good. So, because I think it came out last week.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know I don't want to say the name of it just in case.
Oh, February 17th. Yeah.
Just in case somebody knows me, listens to this, but my old job, the one I quit, working for that fucking cult of a company, they, I guess the people I know that still work there, they took them all to see Fist Fight today, like all their employees. They went on a field trip.
What a fun
Fist
trip.
Fight. Yeah, so I kind of hope it sucked, so that way they just took them to see a bunch of hot garbage on the screen.
Hot garbage on TV.
That's what I'm hoping.
Well, and one thing, you'll probably hate me for this. I don't know, you might not. It really just depends.
You haven't seen Blade Runner or Trainspotting, so I already hate you.
But you also told me that I'm one of your best friends in this episode, and I feel really warm inside because of that. But
eat shit.
I want to talk about. Have you seen that they're making a Captain Underpants movie? Are you even aware of what Captain Underpants is?
Yes. I meant to bring that up. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh my god! Yeah. Well, this is why we're friends, right?
Yeah. I used
Jordan Peele again mentioned on the show. Kristen Schaal again mentioned on the show. That's probably the third time Kristen Schaal's been brought up. But yeah, looking forward to Captain Underpants. There's not a release. Oh no,
yeah,
June 2nd. June 2nd. Yep.
I used to always get those books from our like little book fairs or whatever. Like,
yeah, me too.
Back in elementary school, and I always thought, like, why would you not make a movie of this? And
now it came true. Jeff, are you Nostradamus? Are you a wizard?
Here's what's the thing is though, like this had all the appeal when I was younger, but like watching just a CGI dude run around in his underwear. It's just like, I feel like
You
a
would've
weird,
told me that-
thing to do at age, closer to 30 than 20. Like, I don't know how I feel about, like, going to see this.
We're just living on member berries right now.
Yeah.
Living on member berries. On
is
that
true.
note, Jeff, do you want to take a shot and wrap this up?
I will do that. Insert joke about condom here.
Right. Condom jokes.
Yes,
Thanks for stopping by Absurdist Asylum.
Yep.
Episode number 10.
Here's to 2017.
2017.
Hopefully not sucking
Let us know
super
if you want
bad.
to hear us review any of these movies or TV shows. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks.
Fuck you, Stephen Falk.